had really objected to anything to do with what I was doing.
Yeah, but not
Not
objected.
It was my safety.
Yeah, objected because we worried for your safety.
Yeah.
And the fact that you started to take hormones from somewhere that you don't know, from people that you don't know, is a little bit worrying. So, so if you're going to do it,
we will get to custom questions soon. There's 175 people watching.
you do 175 people.
Yeah, other people. So Mamie is saying that she was prohibited from doing shady ones, but see, I don't listen. Like when I first came out, I was actually going to tell my mum on my 34th birthday that I was trans, and I panicked. So technically, it's still a level of trans, but I panicked, and instead of saying I was trans, like transgender completely, I turned around and went, "I'm non-binary," because I didn't have the NAS to say anything else. And we were crossing the road outside Key Club, and your reaction was, "You're 34, we don't give a shit, do what you want."
Yeah, and I was too drunk as well.
Yeah.
Because we were clubbing.
Yeah, we were out clubbing, so I took my mum clubbing and my dad clubbing for my 34th birthday. Gosh, you're like your mum. Yeah. Here we go. Do your parents prefer your higher voice or your normal voice? So do you prefer it when I talk like this?
No.
Or do you prefer it when I talk like this?
Just regular voice.
There we go. that conversation literally come up at dinner. Your mum looks so young. My mum's only 51.
I'm 51. I am young.
Yeah, use condoms. That's actually, I will ask that question. Do you ever miss your son?
No, I didn't like him anyway. No, I'm joking. No, no, not really. It's just like, yeah, I've still got my child. It doesn't matter whether they're male or female. It doesn't matter. We've still got all our kids. That's all that counts. They're still here. They're just identified differently.
So the way I chose my name was my mate turned around and said, "I'm sick of calling you by my old name. I need a girl's name for you because I feel uncomfortable using your man name." So I had to come up with something quick. I really like the cut sound, and growing up, my mum used to love calling me you could say it. You could say the word.
Oh, I never did.
Bollocks. She used to call me the C word a lot, but that's because I was one, to be fair. And that starts with a K and ends with a T. So, you know, Kate starts with a K and ends with a T. So I figured it'd be simpler for you to remember my new name.
But they were one.
Did you ever feel sad or upset when you found out that your daughter was going to transition?
No.
There we go. Could I get any more acceptance if I tried?
So, if it makes you happy, it makes you happy.
Okay, now be very careful how you answer this, because I've heard you answer it before. Do not get me bananaed.
What's a banana?
A banana is when they take your life down.
Ah, okay.
So you can't use any actual threats of anything.
Okay.
If someone were to make a comment about her in public and you were with her, how would you react? So I can word this because my mum answered earlier on. My mum said she'd probably get physical with them. And my mum's not the kind of person to just sit there and stay quiet if someone does something wrong to someone she cares about.
I would protect any of my children at all costs.
Yeah. The reason we said that she couldn't say was because she was going to...
It was a different word beginning with K and not ending with T.
Yeah. Do you ever slip up when you say my name?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But to be fair, over Christmas you've not really slipped up much.
No.
I think one time you called me my old name.
But to be fair, I never got their names right between the kids anyway, so it doesn't make a difference.
Hey, James. I would say your mum would defend anyone. Yeah, to be fair, I think my mum would. I think if my mum saw someone getting picked on in the street, mum would go nuts about it.
Yeah, I would.
Has your relationship dynamic changed with your parents at all? Do you have more of a mother-daughter relationship now where you discuss girly things? Hope I worded it correct. Love your videos so much. Thank you for sharing trans awareness.
No, because I'm not girly. I'm a bit of a geezer bird.
Yeah, my mum's a bit of a geezer bird. I've literally watched you neck a pint of Guinness.
I don't really do makeup and... Okay, I've got nails on because it's Christmas, But I don't really do makeup, nails, and pink. I do black and purple and weird colours.
Yeah, my mum's more the go out and have a scrap. To be fair, you did have quite a girly time. I'd say about, 15, 20, when I was growing up, you were quite feminine. A little bit more than you are now.
I'm not a very feminine person.
You was. I mean, you're wearing a dress right now.
Yeah, because I wear clothes for comfort, not
I know.
for...
Yeah.
I wear what I feel comfortable in.
So a lot of parents say having your child transition is like a grief or bereavement. I am a bereaved parent and I have a son who is trans and I find the two in no way comparable. What's your thoughts? Now, to elaborate, what they're saying is because you've had this idea of who your child will become, like who your son will become in the future, suddenly they're not going to become that because their life trajectory potentially changes. So do you see that as a bereavement of the person that you thought they would be?
No, I think anybody that sees like transgender the same as bereavement is a bit weird because it's completely different, and I think bereavement is you still got your child. They're just identifying differently and they're just being the person they want to be. You haven't lost them. They're just different. They want to be somebody else, but it doesn't mean that you can't love them all the same.
Fair. This one's quite a long one, so this one comes with an explanation. I am the parent of a trans child. So yeah, there's a reason that I'm very schmex positive, and that's because my parents are filth. Filth. I am the parent of a trans child, now a trans adult. I have loved and supported my child since day one, almost 20 years ago now, back when it was an even more difficult road to go down. I cut off family and friends, divorced my husband, all of whom were unsupportive because my child meant more to me than anyone or anything else. And now I have a happy kid, living with a partner, educated, has a great job, and is generally thriving. However, back in the early days, I was called transphobic multiple times. Firstly, for not allowing my children to be medicated, although I paid privately as soon as they turned 18. And secondly, for having my own struggles, thinking that it may well be a phase. Although, if it was, support was still essential, regardless of it being 2 months or 200 years. Multiple parents on support groups called me disgusting and transphobic, so I left and kind of muddled through by myself. I guess I would just like to ask if it's something you as a parent struggled a bit with. The changing pronouns, the fact that your child will be medicated for life, the operations. It's all bloody scary for us parents too. And also if you feel in some way that you failed your child too. I struggle with the fact that my child has to go through so much in order to be happy. It's rare to hear anything about the perspective of a parent who is absolutely supportive, but also nervous. Thanks.
I think the difficult thing, which will probably be quite controversial to a lot of people, is that, yeah, no, I'm not transphobic or anything like that, but I do not agree with children being medicated.
So to clarify with the medication, it's not hormone replacement therapy. That's
Okay, all right.
that's something that they spread on the media to criminalise trans people.
Okay, but
no one is saying under 18 you should be on hormone replacement therapy.
I don't think, I think children should get to a certain age
That's fair.
where, where, I know it's difficult because I know some children do feel that they are.
But you don't have to be worried because everyone can see how supportive
Yeah, but
you are.
I do think that some children do believe that they are born in the wrong body. However, there are a lot of parents that also convince their children that they're born in the wrong body, and that's not right. They should be old enough to make their own decisions when they understand life fully. So that bit is a bit difficult, but other than that, I think you just have to learn and educate yourself as well as everything else.
Yeah.
And as long as you educate yourself on it, then...
And this whole thing is a journey of education, like it's learning. Even myself, I'm learning every day about being trans. It's not, there isn't some ultimate guidebook on